Hello. I hope this story makes you think about how deeply we trust our loved ones. What would you do if the truth shattered everything you believed in? Your comments, likes, and subscriptions help us create more stories like this. Stay with us to the end. The day began as usual. Anna, a 39-year-old marketing manager, was rushing to her morning meeting. She was already running late when an unfamiliar number appeared on her phone. Emma's and Anna. The voice on the other end of the line sounded alarmed. "This is your parents' neighbor, Mrs. Carter. I think you need to come over right away." "What's wrong?" Anna stopped, trying to make out the words. "Your brother. He's taken all your parents' money. They're desperate." At first, Mrs. Carter's words did not inspire confidence. Anna had always been sure that her younger brother Josh, though not always responsible, would never do anything like this. She had defended him since childhood, even when her parents scolded him for his negligence. However, her anxiety grew. Josh had always been Anna's favorite. 10 years younger, he seemed fragile and in need of support. Yet when his parents scolded him for his poor grades or lack of ambition, Anna defended him, explaining that he would find his way. 3 years ago, after another failure in his attempt to start a business, Josh asked for help. And Anna took him in and gave him a chance to start from scratch. Anna decides to check her accounts, and her heart sinks when she sees the balance. Instead of the expected stability, she sees minimal balances. Calling Josh becomes a test. Josh. Her voice trembled. "I just found out that our parents lost their savings. Tell me, is it true?" There is silence on the other end of the line. Then Josh answers. "It's a complicated situation. Did you spend the money?" "Oh, it's not what you think. I'll explain." But now, Anna feels like her whole life is starting to fall apart. She thought she knew Josh. How could he do this to her? Anna hangs up the phone and looks out the window of her apartment, her head full of questions. How far has Josh gone? Is there any way to fix this? We've always been a team. Anna recalls her father saying, but was it really true? Anna grew up in a small house in the suburbs of Boston. Her parents, Tom and Linda, were classic working-class people. Tom worked in construction and Linda taught at a local school. They raised their children in a spirit of support for each other. "Family is the most important thing," Tom always said. Since childhood, Anna felt that her role was to protect her younger brother Josh. Josh was born when Anna was a teenager, and her life was already full of responsibilities, helping with homework, chores, and of course taking care of her younger brother. Josh was a cheerful and carefree boy who often got into trouble. His charm and ability to get along with everyone always saved him. Anna has always been an excellent student, diligent, responsible, ambitious. She entered a prestigious university and began to build a career. Everything she did was aimed at securing a stable future for herself. Josh, on the other hand, was her opposite. He was constantly searching for himself, changing jobs, trying his hand at business, but always coming back to his sister for support. 3 years ago, Josh lost his job again. His last business, a cafe in the city center, closed due to debt. Anna, realizing that her brother could not cope on his own, offered him to move in with her. "You can always count on me," she said at the time. Anna's parents have always loved Josh, but did not approve of his lifestyle. Tom believed that his son should learn responsibility, and Linda often repeated it, "We spoiled him too much." Anna, on the other hand, justified her brother. She believed that Josh just hadn't found himself yet. After Josh moved in with Anna, their relationship became more complicated. He didn't always keep his promises, was late in paying bills, and sometimes just avoided talking about his plans. "I'll find a job," he would say every time Anna brought it up. But the job never came, and Anna continued to cover his expenses. Anna's parents were concerned about the situation. "He's taking advantage of you," Tom said one day during a family dinner. Anna brushed it off. She was sure that Josh just needed more time. Looking back, Anna realized that the first warning signs were visible even then. But she refused to see them, convincing herself that her brother would change. It was just a coincidence, Anna assured herself. But was it really? After Josh moved into Anna's house, their relationship seemed harmonious at first. Hung he helped with household chores, hung out with her friends, and even promised to look for a job. "It's only temporary, I promise," he often said. However, over time, Anna began to notice small details that alarmed her. One of the first signals was an unexpected increase in utility bills. "Oh, you left the light on in the basement," she would remind him, but the light kept going on. Then small change disappeared from her wallet. "Ah, is that you?" Anna asked one day. Josh laughed. "Don't you trust me?" She was embarrassed, not wanting to spoil the relationship. Anna began to notice that her brother was avoiding answering her questions. How did the interviews go?" she asked. Oh, everything went great. I'll get an offer soon," he would reply with a casual smile. But he never got the offer. Another alarming sign was the frequent phone calls that Josh received only in her absence. Who was that?" Anna asked. "Just an acquaintance," he answered, quickly changing the subject. One day she saw him getting out of a stranger's car. "He's a new friend. He's helping me find a job," he explained. And over time, things started disappearing from the house. At first it was small things, jewelry, electronics, even kitchen appliances. "Maybe you gave it to charity and forgot," Josh asked with a sincere expression. Anna couldn't remember where it all went, but she was starting to have doubts. Anna's friends began to notice changes as well. "He's using you," her friend Sarah told her. "You're exaggerating," Anna replied, defending her brother. But her doubts only grew. When Anna started asking more questions, Josh became irritated. "Why don't you trust me? I'm your brother," he shouted one day. Anna felt guilty because she had always believed that family was the most important thing. The feeling of anxiety continued to grow. Anna could no longer turn a blind eye to Josh's strange behavior, but she did not know what to do next. He'll betray you, Anna, as soon as he gets the chance." Her father's words stuck in her head, but did she listen to them? When Anna decided to take Josh in, she did so against her parents' wishes. "Hermana, we don't approve of this," her mother Margaret said firmly. He is your son, how can you say that?" Anna was indignant. Her father, John, was also adamant. "We know him, and you also know that he is unreliable." But Anna thought her brother had changed. Several months passed before Anna saw her parents again. It happened at a family dinner organized by a mutual friend. "How are you, daughter?" Margaret asked with a tight smile. "I'm fine," Anna answered, trying to avoid talking about Josh. But her father couldn't help himself. "So your perfect brother has already gotten a job." Anna felt her heart clench. During the conversation, her parents began to share their concerns. "We know he took money from you," Margaret said. "How do you know that?" Anna was surprised. "We saw him in town with a man, selling something from the house." Anna could not believe it. You just don't want to give him a chance," she shouted. "Or we want to protect you," John replied. "You've always thought the worst of him, but it's not fair." Anna could not hold back her tears. "Anna, you're turning a blind eye to the truth," John said coldly. "No, you're turning a blind eye to the possibility of change." Anna felt lonely even among her family. After dinner, Anna returned home devastated. She couldn't believe that her parents thought she was stupid. "They just don't understand," she kept telling herself. But John's words kept echoing in her head. "He will betray you, Anna." Anna began to look at Josh more closely. Her parents might have been wrong, but something in their words stuck with her. Maybe I'm really wrong, she thought. But for now, she decided to stick with her choice. The confrontation with her parents left a deep mark on Anna's soul. Should she have listened to their advice, or was she right to trust her brother? "Anna, your brother is hiding something." These words were the beginning of the most shocking discovery in her life. Wyatt Anna had been noticing strange things lately. "Josh, why are there strange transactions on my credit card?" she asked one evening. "It must be a bank error. I'll call and find out," he replied, looking away. But this answer did not calm her down. Anna also began to hear Josh talking on the phone at night. "No, I can't pay back the full amount yet. Give me some time," he would whisper in the hallway. This raised even more questions. One day, Anna decided to check her bank account. Her heart sank when she saw that a large sum of money was missing. "Or it can't be," she whispered. She noticed that the transaction had been made to an account she did not recognize. Anna started looking for answers. She checked Josh's mail, which had been accidentally left on the kitchen table. Credit card bills. Does he have debts? She asked herself as she flipped through the documents. It said that Josh owed a large sum of money to unknown people. That night she couldn't take it anymore. "Josh, we have to talk," she said when he came home. "What happened?" he asked, trying to look innocent. Did you use my money to pay your debts?" she asked him bluntly. His face turned pale. "Anna, I didn't want to do that. I had no choice." He began to defend himself. "You steal from me, and you call that no choice." Her voice trembled with anger. Josh admitted that he had gotten into debt because of a bad investment. You didn't even tell me about it," Anna shouted. "I thought I could handle it myself," he replied. She found out that Josh had borrowed money from suspicious people and now couldn't pay it back. This was the end of their relationship. "I trusted you, and you betrayed me," she said, walking to her room. Josh remained silent, without words to justify himself. Anna found herself at a crossroads. She couldn't trust her brother anymore, but what should she do next? How could you do this? "I trusted you with everything!" These words cut through the silence. Anna sat in the kitchen, clutching bank transaction printouts. She was waiting for Josh, who was coming home late at night. "We need to talk," she said when he came into the room. Josh stopped when he saw her look. What's wrong?" he asked, trying to look calm. "Did you use my money to pay your debts?" Her voice was trembling, but full of determination. "It's not what you think," Josh began, but Anna interrupted him. "Not what I think it is." "Then what is it?" She threw the documents on the table, and Josh sat down and put his head in his hands. "I made a mistake," he admitted. He explained that he had gotten into debt because of bad investments. He thought he could fix it, but things got out of hand. Why? Why didn't you tell me earlier? We could have found a way out together," Anna said, her voice full of pain. "I didn't want to drag you into this. You've already done so much for me," he defended himself. And you decided it was better to betray me than to trust me." Her words were like a blade. Josh tried to explain that he was acting out of good intentions. "I thought it was temporary, and I planned to pay you back as soon as I could," he said. "But you didn't even give me a choice. You just took what was mine." Anna could not hold back her tears. The situation was getting worse. You always think you know best, Josh, but you don't even realize how much you've betrayed me," she cried. "I know I made a mistake, but you're my sister. Isn't family supposed to support each other?" he replied. She thought Anna fell silent. She thought about all the times she had supported Josh by giving up her own desires. "I support. That's not support, Josh. It's a betrayal," she said quietly, but her words sounded like a sentence. Anna, I'm asking you. Give me a chance to make this right," he said, his voice trembling. But Anna could no longer trust him. Their conversation had left a deep mark on both of their hearts. Josh was full of guilt, and Anna was full of disappointment. "I can't take it anymore. But what should I do? Should I forgive him, or should I break this connection forever?" These thoughts haunted Anna all night long. Anna sat at the window of her house, watching the horizon slowly lighten. It was a sleepless night, and her thoughts were confused between anger, disappointment, and regret. Should I give him another chance? She asked herself. And Anna remembered all the moments when Josh needed her help and how she had always been there for him. But this time, everything was different. To find comfort, Anna decided to call her best friend Laura. I don't know what to do anymore." "Anna," said her voice trembling, "you have to decide what's more important, saving your relationship or protecting yourself." Lori replied, trying to be honest. Lori reminded her that trust is the foundation of any relationship, and if it is lost, it will be very difficult to regain it. At dawn, Anna decided to go to her parents to hear their opinion. "We all make mistakes, Anna," said her father, "but we also have to take responsibility for our actions." Her mother supported her decision to keep her distance from Josh. "He has to learn to deal with the consequences of mistakes," she said. Anna decided to meet with Josh again. This time she was calm but determined. "Josh, I've decided," she began, sitting down across the table from him. Josh looked tense. "I'm ready to help you on one condition: you return all the money and apologize to your parents. Otherwise, our relationship is over," Anna said, Josh looked shocked. "I know I've made a lot of mistakes," he said, "but I didn't think you'd be so harsh with me." Anna replied that it was not cruelty, but justice. Anna left the room feeling relieved. She knew that her decision was the right one, albeit a painful one. The audience remains in suspense. Will Josh keep his promise? Will Anna be able to live with this decision? Then, is it possible to start life from scratch when trust is destroyed? And what do you do when your heart and mind disagree? Anna returned home feeling as if a weight had been lifted from her soul, and she realized that she had finally put herself first. But this choice left an emptiness in her heart. Josh fulfilled some of her conditions. He apologized to his parents and started working on getting the money back. However, Anna decided to keep her distance. "A time will tell if we can become a family again," she told herself. Anna started doing things she had been putting off for a long time. She enrolled in art classes, started attending local hobby clubs, and even planned a small trip. I can finally live for myself," she thought as she looked at her canvas. Old friends who had previously distanced themselves because of her preoccupation with her brother's problems began to reappear in her life. One day, while walking in the park, Anna saw Josh. He looked better neatly dressed, carrying a briefcase. "Hi, Anna," he said. Their conversation was short but full of emotion. Josh thanked her for making him face the truth. I realized how many mistakes I made," he said. "You gave me a chance to make things right, and I don't want to waste it." Anna just nodded. She felt mixed emotions, joy that Josh was finally changing and sadness for the time she had wasted. At home, Anna looked through old photos of family holidays, birthdays, and travels. She realized that her relationship with her brother had always been complicated, but at the same time it was an important part of her life. "And we may not be able to bring back what we had," she thought, "but I'm willing to try." Anna wrote a short message to Josh. "Thank you for your efforts. I hope you can build a better future, but we need time to get back on track." Her decision to leave the door open, but keep a certain distance, was a symbol of a new beginning for her. Anna was sitting by the window with a cup of tea, watching the sunset paint the sky golden. Every new day is a chance for change, she thought. Her face expressed peace and hope. The viewers are left with the question, will Anna and Josh be able to rebuild their relationship? Or is this just the beginning of a new, separate path for each of them? What would you do in Anna's place? Is it possible to forgive someone who has betrayed your trust if they are sincerely trying to change? Thank you for being with us. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss new stories.